Hey guys, it's Laura Monique from PCG Magazine, and I just wanted to give you a quick update. This week we were able to interview Cody Prevost, and that's going to be releasing soon, so you can stay tuned for that. But I also wanted to do a little bit of talking. Before I scheduled my interview with Cody, I had listened to a couple songs, but this morning I came across one of his songs called Someday. And it's a really good song about love and being able to have freedom essentially one day. A little girl and her mom are in an abusive household. Something a lot of you don't know about me, my family from afar in Romania, and my friends that I grew up with in Las Vegas. You guys didn't know much about my childhood, but my dad was not a father, and maybe some of you remember having to go knock on my bedroom window to avoid getting yelled at by my father. And a lot of you would sit outside my bedroom window and play video games with me, or, try to help me have fun when I couldn't leave the house. And I want to thank all of you for that. You guys know who you are. You guys remember standing at my window for hours at a time, playing Final Fantasy or watching Friends with me. I just want to tell you guys that any type of abuse is unacceptable, and as I was growing up, I thought all of those things were normal, and they're not normal. I'm not going to sit here and edit out my mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and edit out my crackles or cries. And I really want you guys to know that this isn't some, oh, pity me thing. I am here talking to help you guys if you are in a similar situation. A good example is I never liked to wear dresses. I'm not sure why, but I was never really into it. And because of that, my dad would call me his little boy. He would call me the C word, the one that you should never call a girl. And he would tell me he didn't love me and that I was just his little boy. He didn't have a little girl. He had a little boy. Because I used to skateboard, because I used to write, because I wasn't into makeup and all this other stuff that apparently he thought was right. Not only that, but he abused my siblings and my mother, which, you mess with my family and you're kind of just hitting a soft spot with me. At the time, I thought all these things were normal, though. I can't stress that enough. There are some people that I've talked to recently that have expressed abuse in their past and even in their present, and these are men and women. And I can only imagine how it would feel to be a man and to be abused. That can't be easy at all, and it makes me sad to know that there's a lot of that going on. Abuse doesn't just disappear. It's hidden behind doors, behind houses, and you can have a pretty smile on your face one day, but do you really know what goes on behind those closed doors? Not really. And I'm pretty sure 99% of my friends that I went to school with would have never expected me to have an abusive childhood. I was one of the funny ones, the class clown, the one that never got asked to dates, but I was still okay because I loved myself enough to know that even though it hurt, it was still okay. My novel, My Mom Married a Monster, the title in itself should give you a pretty good idea about how my childhood was, and I'll be sharing that a little bit more publicly on my website as it comes along. It's been hard to write because it's raw and it brings me to tears when I have to think about some of the things that I thought were normal. If you're in an abusive relationship right now, and you feel that it's an abusive relationship, whether that's a friendship, a marriage, or you're in a household where your parents aren't quite treating you like they should be, just know that it's unacceptable and don't be afraid to call for help. My father used to tell me that I would be the one to destroy the family if I ever talked about the things that he did to us as kids, and even as a young adult. Another example, I had a boyfriend who was quite religious, and my father told me he couldn't be a part of the family unless he drank alcohol. I don't even know where to begin with that one, and I feel so sorry that he even had to go through that. And you know who you are. If you watch my videos, thank you for being patient. You're a good man. I just want to let you guys know that I know what it's like, and I might be positive and happy and write all these wonderful things, but there's also another side of me that you guys don't know about. And I'm not afraid to share that side with you guys. I think that the trials we go through in this life are meant to help teach others. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to use what I've been through to help those that have come into my life, and hopefully those that don't know me yet and that are seeing this video right now understand that abuse is unacceptable, and that's any type of abuse, whether it's mental, physical, anything. It's unacceptable, and it's time for you to be strong and to get out. I know that that's not always easy, and I know that it's scary, and I know that sometimes it makes you suicidal, because I was there too. As a matter of fact, I've tried to kill myself twice. Now, in this present day, I am a lot stronger than I was when I was a teenager, and I've been able to compile my thoughts to a point where I hope that I can help anybody else. I grew up my dad had a lot of porno just laying around the house and things like that, and I grew up questioning myself and my sexuality, which was also very hard to go through in high school, let me tell you that, and I'm sure a lot of you do know that. Questioning my sexuality was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, along with the abuse. Thinking that you're not normal, and then your father telling you to start having sex at like 15. It's not normal. And because of his abuse, it seems like I cling to a lot of the girls that I met in my life. These girls were close friends of mine, but some of them anymore, because they gave up on me and didn't quite understand the big picture, and there was a lot of selfishness and poisonous in the relationships that I've had in the past, friendships even. I didn't quite know how to handle a lot of things, because when you're abused, codependency kicks in, and that can be a real big pain in the butt. But as long as you stay strong, even if people walk out of your life when they're supposed to be the ones that stay by your side at your worst, just know that you're better than them. Because if somebody can walk out of your life at your worst, that just means that they're selfish and they don't understand the real meaning of love, and they don't understand how to actually help in a way that was needed. Instead of being there for you, they abandoned you, maybe. And I don't know your guys' situation, but that was mine. So there's a lot of things that I could talk about, and if you guys want to hear more, I'm willing to talk about them on a weekly basis, but I just wanted to give a little bit of encouragement to those of you that might be going through something like that, and remind you that no matter what it is, you can get through it, and no matter what you're feeling, it's temporary. And remember, temporary things do go away, and a permanent solution to a temporary problem is never the answer. So just stay strong and remember to love yourself for who you are at this very moment. It doesn't matter about your past, it doesn't matter the mistakes you made. You have the decision to change, just like I had the choice to be negative and rude to other people just because of the way I grew up, and that's just not who I am. But I just want to share this story, or part of this story, with you guys, because I truly appreciate you all, And I want you to know that just because I run a positive website, it doesn't mean that I don't have a dark side. And I honestly like my dark side because it made me who I am today. So smile even when it's hard, and love others even when it's hard. And if somebody hurts you and walks out of your life, realize that you are worth so much more, and that you'll get through it no matter what. And if the battle is external or internal, still push as hard as you can to get through it. And I promise you, one day you'll be able to help somebody feeling the exact same way that you do right now, or the exact same way that I felt in the past. Thanks for listening in, and if you have any questions, just throw them down in the comments. And if you do want to hear more about my story, then I will post these weekly. But I did just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate and love you all, and to remember that abuse of any type is unacceptable. And we've always been taught that you need to man up and you need to be a woman. And you know what? No. You need to be you, and you need to be strong. Much love, you guys. Much love.